Hello everybody, welcome to the first instructional video on my YouTube page. This first video is entitled Basic Rock and Funk Coordination. Okay, so we're going to get into a lot of the basics here about how to go about playing some of these rock and pop and funk grooves that are so basic and essential to most of the things that drummers do these days, a lot of what drummers do these days. So, the first thing to remember is you want to get set up in a nice comfortable position with your right and your left hands. Now I'm assuming you're doing this as a righty, so you're going to take your right hand, and what you're going to do is just kind of with your elbow pretty close to your body, you're going to tuck your elbow in somewhat, and you just want to have your stick kind of pointed towards your hi-hat. Okay, so your stick would be in a position, your right stick would be slightly in an elevated position to make some strikes on your hi-hat. Try this now. Okay, now not shown here, both of my feet are on the pedals comfortably. If you aren't able to put your feet on the pedals, I recommend that you close your hi-hat with the hi-hat adjustment and keep your right foot, which is the bass drum foot, not shown but definitely heard. Keep that foot ready for action on the pedal at all times. Okay, so you're going to have your hi-hat closed. You're going to have your right hand in a comfortable position to play the hi-hat. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take your left hand and it's going to come underneath your right hand. So if you can see this angle, my hands are kind of like this. Okay, so it's a little bit of an X shape, but there's about a little bit of space in between my hands here so that they don't collide while I'm playing. So there's a little bit of a separation. And you're going to want to have your left hand just kind of in a natural position where it can kind of reach the center of the drum. So try with your left hand to make a couple strikes on the drum. Try this with me as well. Try different dynamics. Okay, now a lot of what this sound and motion is it comes right from the wrist. Okay, so right like that, you have the stick in your grip. You can even put your hand on your wrist to make sure that it's not moving much. And then you're just going to go up and down with that wrist. Okay, it's that motion right here. So try that as well. Okay, so we want to have these hands in a nice comfortable position. This might take a little bit of tweaking. If you need to move your drums around, that totally is understandable as well. So we have the right hand in place, we have the left hand in place. So now we're going to go about our basic rock coordination exercise. So here we go. We're going to start by playing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, try this with me. 1, 2, ready, play. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Very nice, very nice. I hope you did that now. Okay, this is an interactive video. It's not just me up here. Okay, so now when doing that, try to keep it as steady as possible. You'll notice that I was counting along with what I did. So I want you to be able to count along as well. So when you're starting out to do these things, I want you to count while you do this. So the syllables to count are 1 and, 2 and, 3 and, 4 and. Does that make sense? 1 and, 2 and, 3 and, 4 and. Okay? So let's try that one more time. 1, 2. Ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Okay, very nice. I know you did that. I could hear it. I could hear it from miles away that you were practicing that with me, and it sounded very good. So excellent job. Okay, now we're going to add in the left hand. Now the left hand will make a strike on the drum on beats 2 and 4 of the measure. So if we have 1 and, after that would be 2, 1 and left hand, and 3 and left, and 1 and left, and 3 and left. And you'll notice that our hands are hitting at the same time on those specific notes. Okay? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 3 and 4. Okay? So hopefully that makes sense. So we're going to start this off really nice and slow. Maybe even a little slower than that tempo. So let's just take the left hand to start us off. We're going to count with our mouths, and we're going to use our left hand, left wrist, to play that on 2 and 4. 1, 2, ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4. Very nice. Now we're going to put that together. Okay? To put that together, we're first going to want to get comfortable just doing this, playing both hands at the same time. We want to be able to play them exactly at the same time. Different rhythms. Feel free to experiment and play different rhythms with that. You see? So, now that we have that, we're going to put these pieces together. We can play the hands separately and we can play them apart. Now we're going to play them in a coordinated way. So here we go. It's going to look like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and right, right, both, right, 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 both, right, 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 both, right, 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 both, right. So it's right, right, both, right. And you do that 2 times, and that makes a measure. That's a measure of music. That's one group. So again, 1, 2, ready, try with me, and right, right, both, right, 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 right. Very good. Okay, we're going to try a slightly slower tempo now. 1 and 2 and ready and play and right, right, both, right, 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 both, right, right, right. Play with me, don't just watch. Right, right, both, right, 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 right. Very good. That sounded very nice. Now, the last aspect of this that we're going to add is the bass drum. So your right foot, I'm sure, is itching to get in on the action here. So you want to make sure your right foot is on the pedal and ready to play. And just play a couple notes with that right foot. Try loud notes, soft notes, and all areas in between. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to put this all together. Now the right foot and the right hand are going to start this beat off when we add them together. Okay? So remember how we said right, right, both, right, 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 both, right. Now for the foot is going to play the very first note. Right, right, both, right. Slow that down a little bit. Right, right, both, right. You could even say foot, right, both, right. Foot, right, both, right. Make sense? So also important to do that is to be able to play this hand, your right, and your foot at the same time. We played them separately. Now we want to play them in a coordinated way. So maybe just practice playing them together. Just play random rhythms. Okay, just whatever comes to mind. When you get that connection and they're happening right at the same time, you'll know. You want them to sound exactly the same time. So, and this is our rock beat right here. When we put it all together, foot, right, both, right. Foot, right, both, right. Now you notice when I say the word foot, it's not just the foot, it's the foot and, what's this called? Pop quiz. Hi-hat. Okay. So, foot, right, both, right. And that is your rock beat. We want to take that rock beat, practice that at different speeds, try and keep it at the same speed when you play it. So if you play it, start really fast, keep it really fast. If you play it really slow, keep it really slow. Try different volumes. Try playing it loud, try playing it very soft. Okay, here's an example. Okay, a slower tempo. Okay, faster. Okay, that's a little fast. So, to summarize, we have three different parts that are working on our rock beat. We have our right foot, we have our hi-hat right hand, we have our left hand on the snare, and they all work together in different ways to make the beat come alive. So, your mission is to work on coordinating them together. Remember, foot, right, both, right. Foot, right, both, right. Make sense? Okay, we have that. Think about getting a clear, consistent sound, a sound that stays the same, doesn't change. Okay, we don't want this. Right? We don't want that for this. We want a nice consistent sound, and that means playing in the center. In the center of the drum with a consistent motion. Yeah, practice that too. Okay, great. That has been our first YouTube lesson ever. Thanks for watching. That is rock coordination number 1. Good luck and happy practicing.